is going on, guys? So as you can see here, I am trying to sort out the Wiring Specialties harness. I've got it pretty clean down in here. As you guys can probably tell, I've got some stuff I still need to kind of fish out of the little nooks and crannies. I've got my shop back over here. But honestly, I'm a little bit at a standstill. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what size hoses I need so I can make a parts store run. But I am starting to figure out the Wiring Specialties harness here and there. I'm plugging it in as I go just to kind of see if I can remember how things need to be routed. I did find out that these are ventilations for the crankcase, so those need to be vented out the back and then either in the intake or just kind of have a little filter sitting on top there. Really hoping we can go for a start in the next 2 weeks. That's the idea. Go for a start and see how she does. Hopefully no clunking, rod knot clanking, none of that BS. We'll see what happens though. I'm trying to stay optimistic. I do need to shift the motor still. So this is actually straight on. And if you can see, the left side is a little, it almost looks higher. It needs to come my way. That side of the engine needs to come my way some. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but the motor mounts shifted. See that gap down there? Right in there. It's really hard to see because the camera doesn't focus. Alright, so we went to the parts store. Got some vacuum lines, which kind of suck. This one's kind of getting pinched a little bit, but it's just crankcase ventilation, so I'm not really sweating it too much. We're gonna put the runners on, crank them down, and see if that works. I'm hoping so. As long as I get a good seal right here, around the opening of the intake manifold, we should be all right. I got 4 bolts, and that's it. So we're gonna run it and see what happens. Alright, and now we've got the coolant neck on there the right way. She's good. She's a little cocked, but once I get a little pipe here, just trim it down and run the big radiator hose right to it. I'm not super worried. I wish I could turn it a little bit more, but it is what it is. It's the way it's set up, the way it's built. Like I said, got the crankcase hoses, ventilation hoses on. Got the 2 knock sensors plugged in. I'm slowly figuring this out. I got it routed in a manner that I think works best for the car with the setup, with the intake. I've got the intake bracket on there. About to put the throttle body on. About to put on the runners. See how it goes. Alright, we've got the runners on. I couldn't find the right bolts to be able to make this work, so I'm using these. They should work. They poke out just a tiny bit, but just temporarily to see if I can get the car running. We're gonna do this, and I'm just gonna order some bolts. Like I said, coolant neck on, runners are on. Now for the intake. Alright, hey guys, so I wanted to show you an issue I ran into. So if you guys look here, my coolant neck was really close to being level with my runners. Anyways, the intake I had to trim that way it was flat, or relatively flat, or at least a little bit in there. It didn't actually damage the intake, it just trimming it down that way it could fit evenly on there where the gaskets would sit on the runners. So yeah, hopefully you guys are able to use the same method I did to be able to get it to fit, where you guys don't damage the and I know it looks really bad, right, but luckily it's going to be face down. So alright, on to finishing. Alright, finally. It was a lot of troubleshooting. I actually had to cut up the sleeve for the wiring harness just so I could route these for the injectors and route them cleanly so they didn't look like ass. I will probably end up zip tying them to look good. I've got the fuel rod. I've got the fuel line routed down and under, zip tied on, good to go. Injectors look good, fuel rail looks good, intake's on. It's looking amazing. Cam position sensors, good to go. Yeah, man, this is awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and remember, stay slow and broke.